So I got into an accident. What's up, fam? Zach here, and today I want to talk about my very first accident. And it really wasn't a car accident because there's no other vehicle involved. It was just, yeah, I know it sounds really dumb. It was literally just me involved. The way that it happened, it was like 4 a.m. I was heading to work, and it was like the roads were terrible. Like, I was actually considering not even going to work because of how much it snowed. And up here in Chicago, winters are unbearable. You know, it's always freezing. Cars barely work. It's insane. So on my way to work, I'm following a lot of cars that just really don't care. Like, I mean, yeah, once you drive a lot, you get experienced, and you can drive in the snow with no sense of like, you know, I should probably slow down. So I have a Ford Ranger. It's a two-wheel drive truck, and literally there's no weight behind in the back, so I could spin out of control at any given time without knowing. And it's honestly the scariest thing, you know, just driving with so many people at such high speeds while the roads are that bad. And I started following a snowplow, and I was behind it for a while, and then I realized, like, I took a quick glance at my phone and realized what time it was, and I was late. I was like about to be late for work. At this time, I'm a mile away. Like, I can basically see my job, like my work area, and I was like, okay, I'm almost out of time. I better just get on the right side. So when I got to the right hand side, I started speeding up to pass him, just so I can get in front and not have to worry about it. But as I took the right and started to pass him, he decided to start trying to take a right without signaling. So it's either, take a left and possibly hit him, try to pass him while staying, in my lane, staying straight, or go to the right and, try to not get hit. So I started steering to the right, and when I did that, my truck got sucked into the snow basically, and I could feel my truck drifting off to the right at a very high. I was going I think 55 or 60, so I'm going pretty fast, and I started feeling my truck just slide off to the right. So I started panicking, so I tried to correct myself, go left, and my truck just kept going to the right. So I kind of just had to let it do what it had to do. And as time was going on, I was freaking out. I've never been in an accident. Maybe 4 months ago was the first time I ever got a ticket. So it tells you how cautious of a driver I am, or how much I don't really drive. And so as I'm spinning out of control, basically, I'm yelling, screaming, and I just didn't know what to do. So as I'm still going to the right, I'm not in a ditch yet. I'm still going straight but sideways. And then I hit, I submerged into the ditch and kept going, and then up came a house, and they have an elevated driveway, I guess you could say. I hit this thing so fast that I used it basically as a ramp, and I jumped their driveway. Now, I didn't jump it Dukes of Hazzard type jump or anything like that. It was just a solid jump to where I went, good enough airborne for me to literally crap my pants. And I started screaming and yelling oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. And I hit, I finally dropped down, hit, and I just felt my entire truck it felt like it just broke, and honestly, my truck's not the best truck, so it's kind of already is broken. But right when I did that, I finally stopped, and I just didn't know, I had a sense of nothing. I didn't know what was happening. I didn't know what was going on. But for some reason, I pulled out my phone and instantly called my mom. And like I said, it's 4 a.m. So, she wakes up freaking out. It's not helping me at all because I'm freaking out. And and I just didn't know what to do, and I didn't know the damage was done. And apparently, I popped my right front tire, I damaged my right back tire, I hit a mailbox, and it was like a post or something like that, but it didn't do any damage to my truck, thank God. That would've been awful. So basically I have my back right tire has my spare, and so now my front right tire is undrivable. I can't even get out from where I am. And I'm calling all these like tow truck companies and stuff like that to see if they'll come get me and tow me back to my hometown, so I'm like half an hour away. And basically all these places told me like, we're too busy, because at this time like all these people are spinning out of control, getting into ditches and stuff like that, or getting into accidents. So tow truck companies that morning literally just made bank. And I finally got one, went back to the auto shop, and they basically told me like, well, there's really nothing we can do until tomorrow. So I had to wait 24 hours to get all 4 tires replaced, get everything like checked out to make sure it's still functional and drivable. And this whole time, like, I'm in this sense of, what the hell is still like I still didn't grasp what happened and like how bad it really was, because it was either hit the plow and get into an actual car accident, keep going forward and probably hit the plow, or just go up into a ditch and hope for the best. And thank God I didn't roll the truck or anything like that. And it just goes to show that like if you live in a state that has a lot of snow or bad roads like that, just be careful. Like right before the accident, on my way to work, I saw like 4 cars in separate ditches, and it was just like, oh, that's not gonna happen to me, and then boom, here I am in a ditch, So I just want to make sure like all you guys know the dangers of driving fast in the snow and stuff like that, and making sure that you're safe and cautious and everything, because I just didn't know what was happening, and now I had to pay the price, and I'm just kind of happy I didn't roll it or do any damage to any. So that's pretty much all I have for today's video. Just kind of sharing my experience with my first car accident. If you guys have ever been into an accident, like, I'm not trying to say like brag about it or anything, just let us know down in the comments about what happened and kind of why it happened. I'd love to hear everybody else and like what they did about their accident and stuff like that. So I'm gonna leave you guys with this nice little clip I hit earlier today. This has been Zach, and I'll see you guys later.